Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKodash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom and salutation to you, Sensei Akims, across the four winds, pushing this truth is the city of heart. Kasama God from the DC camp, coming at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKodash, feed the elect. Shares, just sharing some thoughts, audio only. I might, through the spirit, I might do these, once in a while. When I get a thought and in the spirit, just want to share it right quick. And this is all from Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. Just looking at where we are in the world now, as we inching closer and closer to the end of this thing, and this fight, this fight between light and darkness, and then you realize every individual is inching closer and closer to either the Most High or Satan, all right? Either life or death. I mean, just speaking speaking about the nation of Israel in particular, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You see, you might meet homeboys or see them online or whatever, different social sites, homies that you grew up with. Of course they're not the truth. And then you see how it was a point in time where, they used to be quote unquote decent. And then you just see over the years, year after year, month after month, the corruption of America, the corruption of the virgin daughter of Babylon finally gets to them. Some of them, it gets to them really fast. Within a year, you can see Babylon has fully corrupted them. They're fully immersed into the wickedness, the darkness, the filthy, corrupt lust. And they kind of cave in, It's just like, what's that? The slow drip effect. All right. Water, if water drips long enough, eventually it's going to get through. I know that we're dealing with, my job and different things and leaks. I know about leaks and different things. It's the slow drip effect, and America's polluted. And every time it's like a slow drip. It's slow drips of toxins, of sins and wickedness and abominations. And then now you look around, there was a point in time when we came up, there were individuals, right? It was still a good amount of individuals that were considered so-called good, because there is no such thing as being good. To be even a decent person is all according to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, your knowledge of the law, statutes, commitments as an Israelite. That's the thing that actually makes you quite decent. But I'm talking about decency as far as like moral ethics, somewhat of a moral decency. It was a good number of so-called decent people. But in 2022, you look around, where they at? Where are all those so-called decent people? If there's an individual that's so-called decent now, chances are there's somebody who's awakened to a certain extent, and they are listening to the gospel. They're listening to the truth. They're either in the process of fully turning into the Lord, or they inch closer and closer to doing that. Because the main thing is you either inching closer and closer to the light, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, or you inching closer and closer to to Satan, which is the darkness, and which is death and destruction. There is no staying still. There is no in between. All right, and that's the dynamic that's going on now, and it's being even more and more clearer now, because you have stronger forces being unleashed on the planet Earth. All right, spiritual demons, principalities, stronger forces are being unleashed on the planet Earth. And also, you also have angels on the right-hand side that are also being unleashed on the planet Earth and setting a lot of things up. So we living in the most, spiritually powerful moment in the history of humankind. Although things look carnal, but remember, even carnality and wickedness is still, in a way, a spiritual essence. There's a spiritual essence to wickedness. It's just, wickedness is the spiritual on the left-hand side. So we are living in some very heightened times. So you can no longer just be a so-called decent person. If you're not in the truth as an Israelite, it's just a matter of time before the virgin daughter of Babylon in this world, in this corrupt society, this, system of self-love and self-worship idol worship. It's just a matter of time. You see a man who's never had a tattoo, then didn't even think about ever having a tattoo, and then a couple years later, you see him, he gets one, and he gets two, and then next thing you know, he's got a full sleeve. You know, you see all these different things, you know, and it's just a matter of time before you're fully corrupted. Now, when it comes to the men of the Lord, right, pushing this gospel, staying strong and faithful, because we are in the world, we're not of the world, we still get toxins, all right, from the world. Meaning what? When you do dealings with individuals, these demons out here, whether it be spiritual demons or just the, you know, the people in general, you know, there's a level of corruption that you basically open up yourself to. That's the reason why you always got to go back and examine yourself and meditate, right? Read the scriptures to detox from the world. There's always a process of detoxing, because every time you involve yourself in anything with anybody of this world, you inch closer and closer to corrupting your spirit. So you always got to remember to go back to the basic, go back to the scriptures, go back to the cleansing agent, the water, which is this word. All right. And that's basically what I wanted to share with y'all brothers today. The points were you either inching closer and closer to Yahweh Shema Shah, or you inching closer and closer to Satan. You know, that's very important. And arise and depart, you know, because yeah, it's just, you cannot fight it. You're either going to be cleansed, over time, or you're going to be polluted over time. That's just the reality of it, man. So what side do you want to be on? The easiest path is the path of pollution, following after the ways of the heathens in Babylon. The harder path is being clean and being cleansed, which is, you know, believing in Yahweh Shema Shai and staying fast and enduring and patience. Yeah, you know, that's the fight that's ahead, man. That's what we involved in. Yahweh Shema Shai, double honor to our apostles, elders, a great millstone. Shalom, salutation to you, Sensei Akims. Let's keep fighting, man. Let's keep fighting. We know one thing that we know: Yahweh Shai has gained the victory. He overcame the world, man. So we also are conquerors just like him. We also will overcome the world. Lord willing, we are part of his elect. Because I'm a guy from the DC camp. Shalom.